You know what's pretty wild is most of the channels out there on YouTube have less than 1,000 subscribers. When you go and you look at the countless videos that they have out there, you're gonna see that there's views that in the double, or maybe if they're lucky, in the triple digits. And if that's you, listen, that's me on my channel too, that when you're looking at your videos and you're pouring your heart and soul into creating something that you think is incredible, it is life-changing, and then it gets crickets, it can be really discouraging. Listen, I know how you feel. I've been there too. But what if I told you that these unseen videos might just be the most important work you do for your channel? I mean, it's really tough being a creator, and even some of the most talented people want to throw in the towel. And oftentimes you feel invisible and like you're on an island by yourself. I mean, listen, I get it. I have been there so many times. I'm still there. But what if I told you that you are in a really great position right now, that you are building a foundation for something that's going to be long lasting, and that you actually have a really big benefit right now to having a low view count? I mean, the internet is a noisy place, and YouTube, it is the worst of them all, because it's easy to get discouraged very quickly when a video you put out just doesn't perform. You see, we are so wired to just be focused on likes, comments, and subscriptions that all that noise inside your head could just be telling you, you know what? This is just a complete waste of time. And once that voice inside your head starts getting louder and louder, that's when the comparison game becomes really strong. That's when you start looking at other creators and what they're doing and why their channels are blowing up, and you're racking your brain trying to figure out, well, what is it that they're doing that I should be doing that's going to allow my channel to grow? Here's a sad reality, is that people by human nature are drawn to popular channels, and that's what we call social proof, where people are going to often skip over those small subscribed channels or those small viewed channels because they're not the popular ones. And I know how it can feel. It can be discouraging. It can be deflating, but it doesn't always have to be that way. But here's where we need to flip the script a little bit, because those videos you're putting out are not failures at all. You're not a failure, and I want you to know that. You are in training ground session. If you think of every single basketball player that's been out there, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, they didn't just step on the court being perfect right off the bat. It took practice and lots of practice. That's the same with these YouTube videos right now, is you are in practice mode getting ready for your big game. Every single video you put out, even if nobody watches it, is an opportunity for you to get better. Maybe you're getting better at storytelling. Maybe you're getting better at speaking more clearly in front of the camera. Heck, even all the tech stuff that goes into it, looking into the lens of the camera, getting your audio correctly, making sure that your lighting looks good. And if you're somebody who's editing your videos, maybe you're taking this as an opportunity to learn something new with editing, where you have this really cool like transition screen out there. I mean, I don't know. There's just so many opportunities to look at this as such a blessing, because it is learning every single time you do it. And not only are you becoming a better communicator, but you're becoming a better creator. You see, you're also building some serious resilience. So even though your videos may not be getting a whole lot of views, if you're still showing up and you're learning and you're continuing to grow, that is some serious like creative competence right there. Like, I am so proud of you for doing that, because it is not easy to keep showing up day after day, even if your videos aren't performing. But the fact that you keep showing up and that you keep working on it, you are building a stronger version of yourself, and that creative work changes you in a really good way. All right, so let's talk about those few viewers that you have. So when you post that video and you only may be getting 20 or 30 people watching it, you might be getting really hung up thinking, I need to have thousands or millions of views. But here's how I want you to think about it. Imagine each of those people all at the same time, all 20 or 30 of them, are sitting in your living room right now watching your videos. That's a whole lot of people when you think about it from that perspective. And every single viewer is a person, a real person for you to be able to connect with. I mean, in the chase for these big numbers, we often forget about how powerful a small audience can be, and that true connection can be for other people. Because sometimes when somebody leaves a really heartfelt comment about how your video helped them, that means so much more than just a bunch of people just passing by, not even bothering to watch your video. And when somebody takes the time to actually comment and tell you how your video helped them do something, something or inspired them or made them laugh or just made them feel better after watching. That's the most gratifying feeling about having a YouTube channel. It's not about the number of people, it's about the connection you have with people. The other piece is with having a small community, what an amazing tribe you can build. And what I mean by that is these are the most incredibly supportive people that are showing up watching every single one of your videos. They're leaving comments. They're your biggest cheerleader. They are rooting you on and wanting you to be successful. So when you have people that are showing up and they leave a comment that said, hey, thank you so much for filming this video. This is exactly what I needed to hear today. Don't ignore that. I mean, get to know the people on the other side of the camera. Get to know and chat with them in the comment box, because when you engage with your audience, these are the people that are going to be there rooting you on as your channel continues to grow. Now, the other thing that's happening besides the personal growth and the views is you are building a great personal brand. Brick by brick, video by video, you are building a foundation of videos that allows people to get to know you and who you are and what you want to put out there. And the beauty about having a small channel is you get the opportunity to film whatever it is that you want to film. If you have a niche, great, good for you. If you know exactly what you're teaching people what to do, that's awesome. But if you don't, then that's where you can experiment a little bit. What are some of those things that you absolutely love talking about that you can build a library that people can come to you to look at different things? That's what I do for my channel is, yes, I may be a personal development and business coach, but I also talk about my faith life. I talk about my fitness journey. I talk about YouTube because I want to give people a variety of things that I can talk about. Now, it may not be great for the algorithm and trying to figure out, okay, where does she fall exactly? But what I have found is that by being consistent, that is what YouTube is doing to push the content. So rather than being so focused right now on just picking your one niche, play around with it. What are some of those things that you just are really passionate about that you can give your audience? Because the more foundation and the more bricks you put down, the better retention you're gonna get. Because I don't know about you, but when I find a YouTuber that I really resonate with, I'm going and watching all of their videos. And maybe they just have a video that is completely different than what they normally film that I absolutely love. That might be you too. So just keep that in mind when you're building your personal brand, because early on you have more flexibility to be able to see what lands for you and what you want to talk about before your audience starts to dictate that for you. Plus, the other cool thing about YouTube is it's like your own personal diary and journey as you grow. You can look back on your early videos, as cringy as they might be, and you might say to yourself, wow, I have grown so much. Look at where I started versus where I am right now. And your audience is going to do the same thing. They're going to see this real raw person who originally started their channel, who is now killing it on YouTube, because eventually that's going to happen for you. I just know it is. But what a compelling story that is too. And how inspiring is that? For all you know, you might be inspiring the next person to pick up a camera and just hit record. You have that audience out there, and right now you're just building these quiet videos that is eventually going to take off, but that is going to grow this incredible community for you. Now remember, YouTube is a marathon, it is not a sprint. Every single one of these amazing creators that you follow that have a lot of followers have been at the game for a long time, and they will all tell you that. There was no overnight success for most of them. It took many, many years and many, many videos to get where they're at. But what they did do is they built a great community while their channel was growing. And now if they do have a large following, they still have that core foundation of people who got them there. And that's exactly what you're doing. The other part is they took their channel and they said, okay, how can I make this fun? And how can I make it an exciting place for people to be? How can I bring joy and purpose to people's lives? Chances are that's why you're following them too, because they taught you something that really made you feel like, yes, this is exactly what I needed to hear. That's exactly what you're doing. Because we get so wrapped up around the YouTube algorithm, and here's the deal, that sucker's a wild card, okay? we never know what's gonna change and what's gonna be the next big thing that algorithm's gonna put out there. But here's what I do know, is that these videos that you are making right now, for all you know, 4 months from now or even a year from now, the video that you put out today might just be that video that went viral. And now you've built this huge library of videos for all of your followers to go back and watch. And how cool would that be to see when you're like, wow, that was the video that took off? Yeah, and guess what? Now all of your other videos are getting thousands of views just like you had hoped. Remember, you're playing the long game here, not the short game. All right, so now that we've talked about why it's so great to have a small channel and all the benefits that come with it, let's talk about some practical tools that you can put in place that'll help keep you motivated even when you don't feel like hitting record. So number one here is focus on the process, not the scorecard. And that means worry about being consistent versus how many views you get and how many subscribers you get. So if you're gonna say to yourself, I'm going to put out one video every week, that's a consistent goal right there. Then it's maybe in the next video, I'm going to work on my audio. Bam, perfect. Maybe number 3, I'm gonna make my content more engaging by learning a new editing technique. There you go. These small wins that you put in place will help keep you going because you're learning and you're growing every single time. And that's a really cool thing to go back and see in your videos. The second thing you can do to keep yourself motivated is connect with other small YouTubers. They know exactly how you feel. And this is something that I love to do, is I make it a point when on my homepage, I have a new YouTuber that has a small view count. I always go on their channel. I always like to subscribe, and I always like to leave a comment because I know exactly how they feel as they're trying to build this channel. And so it feels really good to know that you're not alone, and maybe you can help them along the way and just be that encouragement, because there's something about that act of kindness that just makes you feel good even though you might be feeling a little sluggish too. Now, the third thing to keep yourself motivated here is learn from every single video you upload. That means going on and really looking at your videos, okay? Pulling out what did you do really well to start and what flopped and what can you do better? Because if you're looking at your videos, and be really hard on yourself, and I'm not saying pick yourself apart, but I'm just saying, like, here's something that I did, is I used to say, man, I sound really boring on my videos. How can I bring Holly's true personality out without being so monotone? So as I started to hear that, I've really worked on trying to be more engaging and use voice inflection and improve with every single one of my videos. And that's what I want you to do too. It's not necessarily picking yourself apart as it is you're learning and you're growing from your mistakes and you're just getting better and better. The fourth one here is the most important one, which is you have to look after yourself. Listen, being a creator is not easy. We talked about that early on, and YouTube can be a really big mental game if you're not careful. And so I encourage you to step away from the analytics page and stop stressing about every single video you put out there, because eventually it's going to take off. But when you learn to just enjoy the process and enjoy the journey rather than just being so eager to get to the destination, you're going to be able to take care of yourself and you're going to have fun doing it. Because if you're so stressed out about these videos, chances are you're not having fun making these videos. And if you're not having fun making them, guess what? Your audience isn't having fun watching them either, because they can see that you're trying to just get viewer count versus actually trying to teach them something and connect with them. So just keep that in mind. And finally, always, always, always remember your why. Chances are if you started a YouTube channel, it's because you were really passionate about something that you wanted to share with the world. That's what's going to keep you going. It's not necessarily to make money, okay? If you just started a channel just to make money, you're not going to be successful. Because remember, those creators who've been at this game for a long time have been doing it for years. And so your why is that foundation that's going to keep you out of a rut when you just don't have the motivation to keep going. So write it down on a sticky note and put it on your monitor so that way you can remember every single day why you started your channel in the first place. So remember, if you're creating videos and you feel like nobody is watching, that's not the case. Remember, you're creating an amazing foundation of videos for your audience, and you're not just putting stuff out into the void. Your community is going to find you. But not only that, you are building, you are learning, and you are growing not only your channel, but skills for life. This silence that you're experiencing right now, it's only temporary, and your video will, and your channel rather, will grow with you. I promise you. And please leave me a comment below. What are some of those struggles that you're running into? And if this helped you, please like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot. As a new YouTuber, you know how critical this is for our growth of our channel. but I want to say thank you for being here with me, and I will see you all in my next video. Take care.